And speaking of gaming and betting, gaming has scored big during the pandemic and its resulting shutdowns. Now it could be the next dominant force in the tech space. Joining us now is Michael J. Wolf, co-founder and CEO of Activate, a strategy and technology consulting firm. Michael, great to have you with us on the show today. Your company investigated this trend in regards to gaming in a new report. What were some of the biggest and perhaps most surprising takeaways in regards to gaming?
Yeah, overall, we believe that gaming is the next technology platform in the same way that the technology business faced new shifts as a result of things like search and mobile and video streaming and others. We believe that the technology business is going to be reshaped by gaming, and everything that you can do on the web today, you're going to be able to do inside of gaming, whether it's shopping or social or messaging. And as a result, each of the major game companies is expanding its services in the gaming stack. And so just today, Facebook announced it's going to have a new Facebook gaming platform. Unlike some of the other services like Microsoft and Google's, Facebook's is going to be free. And they're going to offer top games like one of those, the racing game Asphalt 9 Legends. A lot of these are going to be available to their users, and they'll be advertising supported versus something that you pay for. So we forecast that the gaming business is going to go from $145 billion in revenue globally today to $200 billion within the next 4 years.
And Michael, when you do consider that there's non-gaming related, or at least on the front, non-gaming related industries that are getting involved in the space, as you mentioned, commerce, there's concerts, all sorts of things. What is your hypothesis as to why those categories work within the gaming ecosystem? Is it because of engagement? Is it because of the gaming communities? Why are they latching on so much to the gaming space?
Yeah, I think part of it, what we're seeing is our research shows is that people are spending so much time within games, and games have gone from being something to play to being a place. So during shelter in place, you looked at Fortnite, and Travis Scott hosted a concert inside of Fortnite, Marshmello, Deadmau5. There's just been so many things that have happened inside of these games. Animal Crossing, we saw a wedding take place inside of Animal Crossing. Multiple weddings are taking place. In Grand Theft Auto, there's now a casino that you can play. So what's happening is that real life is overlapping with a gaming life, and it's why people are going to spend more of their time within games and more of their time doing digital activities. Again, the analogy is within mobile. At the beginning of mobile, most people didn't believe how this was going to happen on a handset, and now today, most of the digital world today evolves. You have in your pocket.
And Michael, as we do see this increased focus on time and attention spent with these technologies, we're also seeing some concern and a crackdown from the big tech players on time spent, considering mental health, considering things like the virality of misinformation, things that would cause people to spend more time on these platforms. Do you think those concerns might chip away at the amount of time that people are spending with these kinds of technologies?
Overall, when we analyze, so this is part of our annual technology and media outlook that's actually available on our site, activate.com, and you could see the whole thing. But what it shows is that the amount of time that people have spent with technology and media actually grew this year, and it grew as a result of shelter in place, and it's likely to be sustained at a much higher level. And so despite all the things that might be negative effects, the reality is people are having much more of a digital life than they ever did, and they're going to spend more time on all of these platforms, and new things are going to come along. So if you look at, there's so many different, so TikTok, for example, is taking 20 minutes out of the average TikTok user's day. So it's inescapable what the role that technology is going to play, and there's nothing that the big tech platforms can do to change that.
Another facet you looked into was AR and VR. which we've been
Yes.
trying to, we've been trying to figure out the utility of AR and VR in our everyday lives, when it's going to proliferate en masse, especially the virtual reality side of it. What did you find as far as how this is going to fit in the ecosystem and the growth of AR and VR going forward?
Well, 90% of people who buy a VR headset are gamers, but 60% of them are now using it for things that are other than games. They're using it for virtual trips, they're using it to watch for social activities. And what's also interesting is if you look at all of the people that own a VR headset today, 58% of them ordered that in the last 6 months during shelter in place. And so it just gives you a sense about how this is likely to become not just a mainstream digital activity, but also at $300, this is relatively inexpensive in terms of a device that you would use for entertainment.
All right, Michael, thank you so much for your time and for your insight. That's Michael J. Wolf, co-founder and CEO of Activate.